Welcome to a deep exploration of possession, a cinematic tour de force set in the intriguing backdrop of West Berlin. This film delves into the intricate realms of espionage, shattered relationships, and the dark, uncharted territories of the human psyche. Unfolding as a harrowing narrative, Possession follows the tale of Mark, a spy played by Sam Neill, whose world unravels as he confronts a turbulent divorce with his wife, Anna, portrayed by Isabella Gianni. In this analysis, we'll dissect the layers of emotion, horror, and visceral intensity that make Possession a strikingly unique piece of cinematic art. Join me as we unravel the complexities of this film, exploring its themes, performances, and impact on the horror genre. Let's venture into the disturbing beauty of storytelling that is Possession. Set in the backdrop of West Berlin, the movie commences with Mark Sam Neill, a spy, returning home after a recent espionage mission. To his dismay, he learns that his wife, Anna Isabella Gianni, desires a divorce. Reluctantly, Mark agrees to move out, leaving their young son, Bob Michael Hogben, in Anna's care. He spirals into an extended drinking binge. When he eventually returns to the apartment, he is shocked to discover that Bob has been left unattended for a considerable time. Mark insists on staying with them, refusing to leave Bob alone with Anna. In the midst of the night, Anna vanishes, and Mark receives a call from her lover, Heinrich Heinz Bennett, informing him of her whereabouts. The already strained situation escalates into the bizarre. Mark meets Helen, Bob's schoolteacher, who is a striking doppelganger of Anna. Mark visits Heinrich, who claims not to have seen Anna recently and ends up assaulting Mark. Anna reappears, and they engage in a violent altercation, resulting in both of them injuring themselves with an electric knife before she flees again. Mark decides to hire a private detective to follow Anna and uncover her whereabouts and actions. The detective eventually finds that Anna has taken up residence in another apartment in a dilapidated building, prompting him to venture inside for further investigation. At this juncture, I won't reveal what unfolds next. Suffice it to say, the agony, distress, and borderline hysteria witnessed in the opening scenes are merely a prelude to an astonishingly brutal onslaught of physical and emotional turmoil. I must also emphasize the involvement of special effects artist Carlo Rambaldi, whose contribution is vastly different from the character E.T. he would present to the world the following year. In his sole foray into English-language filmmaking, Zulawski drew inspiration from his 1976 divorce from actress Malgorzata Bronek. He channeled the resulting anger and depression into a cinematic primal scream, unlike anything seen before or since. This film stands far apart from the commonplace narrative of Kramer vs. Kramer 1979. Perhaps the closest comparison is David Cronenberg's The Brood 1979, another film exploring the emotional aftermath of divorce through the lens of a gruesome horror film. Even that audacious effort seems relatively restrained compared to this one. The scenes where Mark and Anna vent their rage are so intense and genuine that one feels like an intruder. Yet they are so compelling and authentic that looking away is impossible. A significant factor contributing to this is Gianni's extraordinary performance, a high-wire act that starts at an emotional peak and intensifies without losing balance. given the type of script that even the bravest actors tend to shy away from. It's unclear what drew Athalie to this role. However, she throws herself into it with an intensity few could match. This is most evident in a pivotal scene of flashback where she recounts a violent miscarriage she suffered in a subway tunnel during Mark's absence, resulting in a nervous breakdown. Clips of this scene have become memes, but witnessing it in its entirety and context is equally horrifying and mesmerizing. Athalie injects such a feverish intensity into the scene that she seems almost otherworldly at times. From its mesmerizing opening, enhanced by cinematographer Bruno Knighton's contributions now looking better than ever in a predominantly gray and grimy manner, to its absolutely petrifying conclusion, Possession stands as a singular work of art. Now seen in its intended form, it warrants recognition as one of the supreme horror films of its era. Despite its grisly events, this film primarily delves into emotional horror, and in that regard, it is absolutely devastating. Possession is a film that will either enthrall or repel, but one that will never fade from memory, no matter how much some may wish it could. Thank you for embarking on this in-depth exploration of Possession. If you found this analysis intriguing, remember to like and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation about this intense cinematic experience going. Diving into the layers of horror and emotional turmoil in Possession has been both riveting and haunting. If you're a fan of thought-provoking films, be sure to subscribe for more in-depth reviews and analyses. Click here to explore another review and continue the cinematic journey. Until next time, embrace the eerie beauty of storytelling. Thank you for joining me.